Hello, my dear students and viewers at home. Welcome to St. Charles Online College Teaching. I am Umeh Fidelia from the English department. The topic is Reading for Summary. Let's go into the specific objectives. By the end of the lesson, you students, you are expected to be able to 1. Define summary. 2. State the reasons for learning summary writing. 3. Explain the rules or things to avoid in summary writing. 4. Read and summarize a given passage. The lesson content. The first question we will ask is, what is summary? Summary, as you know, is quite different from comprehension passages. So summary here means to reduce a lengthy passage. That is, to reduce a large text or passage to its essential by expressing the speaker's main ideas in only a few words. Summary, like I said earlier, is an advanced form of comprehension, by stating as few words as possible what has been said in many words. It calls for brevity, that is, to be brief. Reasons for summary, that is the reason why we study or learn summary. Summary writing trains you, the student, to express your thoughts in brief and clear manner. Number 2, it tests your ability to read, digest, and produce some relevant facts from a lengthy passage. Advantages of summary. That is the importance of summary to us. 1. Summary is useful for revision purposes. While you read, you can summarize your notes and list out the points to be used at a later date to expand them in order to recall all you have learned from the read notes. This exercise, that is the exercise of reading and jotting points down. I know you have jotters. So as you read and jot your points, those points are there to help you to determine how well you have prepared for your examination. Number 2, summary writing teaches you how to write an outline for an essay. What is an outline? An outline is a list of the main points to be covered in a composition or any piece of writing. It is also a form of summary. It contains the points which are to be developed. Why is it a form of summary? Outline. Before you write an essay, you have to list the points you will use in writing. For instance, maybe you are asked to write on the causes of road accidents. You don't just dive into the essay and start writing without thinking of the points you need to develop. So before you write, you have to state the points, write them out. Then you now pick them according to importance. Which of them do you think is more important, that carries more weight than the other? When you list them like that, you have succeeded in doing an outline, and at the same time, it's also a form of summary. Importance of outlines. An outline helps a learner or student to stick to the main ideas of an essay. 2, it also helps in organizing a piece of work well. 3, it helps learners, that is students, to have adequate points before writing. Number 4, it helps a learner or writer to see at a glance the structure and main points of the essay to be written. Topic sentence. This topic sentence also has something to do with summary. Because in summary, you are expected to bring out the main idea or main points of a writer. Those main points, in a way, can also be said to be the topic sentence of a paragraph or of an idea. The definition here, we said that a topic sentence is the key or main idea or point in a passage or paragraph that is being discussed. It states the theme of a passage or paragraph. The topic sentence gives a sense of direction. That is, directing the attention of the reader to what is being discussed. It helps you not to deviate from what you want to write. Rules to summary writing. By this, we simply mean those things to be avoided when writing summary. It is essential to adhere to the following rules in order to write a good summary. The rules include: 1. Examples. As we know, summary is just there to buttress the idea a writer wants to pass across to his audience or reader. So in summary, there's no room for example. And here we said summary has no room for examples. Examples are used only to buttress the main ideas or points made or expressed. So immediately you come across the phrase in a summary passage and it says, for example, you have to know that the example is only trying to make you understand the point clearer. So you must avoid examples in summary writing. Let us take a look at the following sentences here. The sentence says, lack of seriousness on the part of students is the main cause of their failure in examinations. For example, during the last examination, some students were busy gallivanting about. Some engaged in storytelling all night long. Others, at this crucial time, still had time for boyfriends and girlfriends. Some others were busy watching videos and blue films. What else does one expect? What else does one expect from this caliber of students who are busy playing when the examination is around the corner? And so if you look at the simple example there from those sentences, you will notice that the main idea there is lack of seriousness on the part of students is the main cause of their failure in examinations. Everything added after that sentence is just to make you understand what the writer is trying to explain. Number 2, illustration. Avoid illustrations in summary. Illustrations are used by writers to make the points being made quite clear and easy for the listener or reader to understand the idea or point being expressed or explained. If you come across a phrase like, as an illustration, to illustrate my point, you should know that it should be avoided. Number 3, repetition. A summary has no room for repetition because it deals with economic in the use of words. Words, phrases, clauses, or sentences and so on may be repeated in a passage for the purpose of emphasis, but not in summary. So when you see words that are repeated or sentences or clauses that are repeated often and on, repeated, once it is repeated, you should avoid those repetition in summary. Number 4, the use of flowering language. What do we mean by flowering language here? These are figures of speech or literary devices like metaphor, simile, euphemism, proverbs, idioms, and so on and so forth. Instead of saying in a sentence like this, the boy is as stubborn as a goat. This phrase is there, as stubborn as a goat, is just a flowering language. It is used to make that sentence to be colorful. So in summary, you will express it as the boy is stubborn. Number 5, the use of link words or connectives. Link words are those words which are used in linking one paragraph to another or one idea to another and so on. And so once you see them in summary passages, you should avoid them. Examples of these linking words or connectives include in addition, also, moreover, as a matter of fact, furthermore, however, to mention but a few. They are not permitted in summary. Number 6, we have analogy. This involves comparing two or more situations, things, processes, and so on that are similar. It is only used to make ideas being expressed or stated in summary passage to be clear. Therefore, the main point of a passage cannot be stated in the analogy. Number 7, inclusion of details. It is also inappropriate to include unnecessary or irrelevant ideas or details in a summary exercise. So you avoid details. Give only the main points or the main ideas, which is also the same thing as the topic sentence. Then the next one we shall look at is using preamble in summary. What do we mean by preamble? A preamble is an introduction or an opening statement to a series of answers or a list. So it's to be very good for you to write summary using what we call preamble. You should know that in answering summary questions, what follows a preamble should preferably be a sentence that connects perfectly with it. 2, a preamble is usually derived from the summary question. So you don't pick preambles from some other place. It must come from that summary question. For example, in a passage on drug trafficking, a question like this might be asked. In 3 sentences, summarize the factors responsible for drug trafficking. The preamble to this question would be, the factors responsible for drug trafficking are, note, the factors responsible for drug trafficking are, this sentence I just made now is a preamble. And so this particular preamble needs to connect the answers, the sentences you give in the answers. For instance, answer to number 1 seems there is lack of adequate government control on drugs. B, the greed of some individuals make them traffic drugs. C, there is inadequate seaport and airport security. So what I'm trying to say here is that you don't have to give preamble to every sentence you make. That first sentence, the factors responsible for drug trafficking are, if you listen very well, you see that it connects to the sentence. The greed of some individuals make them traffic drugs. You don't need to repeat the preamble often and on for you to complete a sentence. Then, answering questions on summary at the SSCE level. Right from SS1, SS2, SS3, you are given this format. This is the format you will use in answering summary questions because you are being trained to answer final examinations in WAEC, NECO, and so on and so forth. In summary questions, candidates are usually asked to write their summaries in sentences. The questions usually comes in this form. The sentence might start in this form, in 6 sentences, or in 2 sentences, or they might say in 3 sentences, whichever form you see there. They're only trying to say that the answer to that particular question will be in 3 different sentences. And so in answering them, remember, you have to use preamble. This preamble now will now introduce or connect the 3 sentences you will give. Here again, I said in answering the questions, you have to write the points or ideas required in good sentences, not in phrases or clauses. That is, as soon as you introduce the preamble, the other things that follow, the other sentences that follow, 1, 2, 3, must be written in good sentences. It should not be written in phrase or in clause. Then number 2, the sentences do not necessarily need to be long. Remember, summary calls for brevity, that is, to be brief. Then number 3, the sentences should be clear, straightforward, and correct. There should be no inclusion of facts, points, ideas, or pieces of information that are contained in the passage. Number 4, write or put the sentences in your own words. Do not just copy sentences from the passage sheepishly or mindlessly. That is, do not copy word for word. That is what we call verbatim, lifting sentences, word for word from the passage. You don't do it like that. Once you do it like that, you have failed that particular sentence. Number 5, remember to number your sentences for clarity. You number them because if you lump all the sentences together, even if the sentences are correct, the examiner will mark you down. Why is it going to be so? Because he will not know if all you have written is for answer to number 1 or to number 3 or to number 5. You must Remember to number your sentences for clarity's sake. Once you do it like that, you'll be awarded your marks. Evaluation question. This particular evaluation question, you have to answer questions 1 to 3 orally on your own. Do it. Don't send it to the WhatsApp number. You answer these ones to help you see if you understood what has been taught. Number 1 there says, what is summary? 2, list some of the things that needs to be avoided in summary writing. If you're able to list them on your own and explain what they are, I believe you'll be able to answer a summary question. Number 3, explain how a summary question should be attempted. Once you finish this, you now move into the assignments. So I have an assignment for you. This assignment is taken from the New Oxford Secondary English course for senior secondary schools, book 1, page 69. So in case you have your own at home, you have your text at home, you simply go to that page and read and answer the questions. So the instruction says, read the following passage carefully and answer the question on it. The passage continues, it continues too, and then you have questions there. The question says, A, in 3 sentences, 1 for each, say the reasons for lack of reading culture among Nigerian students or Nigerian youths. B, in 3 sentences, 1 for each, state how the reading culture can be encouraged. So looking at these sentences, you see that in the first one, we have 3 sentences. Second one, 3 sentences, which means you have 6 sentences in all. And for each number, A, you must start with a preamble related to that question. B, you also need another preamble taken from that question that will connect your answers. Then, remember, since you have 6 questions in all, 6 sentences to give, in SSC level, each summary question carries 5 marks. That is, if there are 6 in number, each of them will be 5 marks. So 5 marks times 6 questions will give you 30 marks. If the sentence is asked as 5 sentences in all, it means each question will be allotted 6 marks, altogether 30 marks. So your SSC examination, the summary question carries 30 marks, and we are going to use that method in marking your summary questions here. My dear students, when you finish your assignment, you send it to the contact number below, 070-450-7690. I take it again, 070-4505-7690. As soon as you finish, you send them. And then remember to copy the topic reading for summary into your English notes. Please do that. As soon as school resumes, whenever, it will be faster for us. Thank you, and God bless you.